It's definite. Can you check the mic that it's actually... Yeah, it's recording. Okay, cool. Alrighty, so close down your eyes. Take some deep breaths. Deep, calm, rhythmic breaths. You can take a moment to say your own prayer or mantra. Now bring yourself into the frequency of your spiritual intention. Rest in that elevated quality. Our Father, who art in heaven, holy be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our transgressions, as we forgive those who transgress against us. And lead us whilst being in temptation, and deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Absolute, infinite beingness, God. Everlasting life, love and mercy. Manifesting yourself in yourself as the total wisdom and the almightiness. Enlighten our minds to understand you as the truth. Clean our hearts to reflect your love towards you and towards all other human beings. Continue to breathe deeply. Feel the life in your breath. Feel life in the air surrounding you. And as you breathe it in, feel it vitalizing your body. Feel life in your body, in the skin, the muscles, in your warm red blood. Hear it in the sounds around you. See it in light. See it when you see leaves on the trees blowing in the wind. Feel that you are living. Feel that you are alive.
Hey John.
I'm in the middle of teaching a session. Sorry,
What's up?
sorry, wait one sec. Sorry.
Yeah. that you're living. Feel that you are life. Now, bring your awareness into your heart center. The space within the chest. The space within and around the chest. Feel it. Sense its space. As you feel, sense the heart center. Feel only love in your heart. Let go of all resistance, force, and tension. And now imagine your heart as a radiant rose-white sun. A rose-white sun like the size of a beach ball. With each breath you take, see this rose-white sun becoming brighter and brighter. Feel only love in your heart. Love life. Love yourself. And love all other human beings. Even those who consider themselves your enemies. Now, expand this rose-white sun to see it covering the whole planet. The whole planet bathing, covered in this rose-white frequency of unconditional love. Feel it. Be fully aware of it. Enter into it. Become it. Now, bring the awareness back to the space within and around your body. See yourself shining in this rose-white energy. The energy body and its aura shining with this rose-white loving frequency. Now, as you rest in this rose-white light, misunderstanding. See them standing in front of you. Allow this rose-white sun of love to shine on them. The rays of this light shining upon this person. See them smiling to you kindly. Forget what they said. Forget what you said. Forget what they did or what you did. These are all like leaves blowing in the wind. They mean nothing. What matters is that you are living, they are living, and we're all one under the same Father, God, life. Tell them with your mind. Tell them that you love them. This is the language that the archangels understand. And bring this frequency into your daily life. Bring your awareness back to the body and back to the space you're in. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. One of our primary objective is to take all force and tension out of ourselves, and that's often the biggest one of the biggest ones is resentments and hostilities we hold for others. You know what I mean? So developing that forgiveness is such a huge part of our practice. Like, you know, we do the letting go piece in the state training, and we're like, sink the energy, sink the emotions, sink the mind, right? That's essentially, it's like an unconditional forgiveness for ourselves and for others. So I thought it'd be appropriate to step into that love of life, love of others and self.
I just want to share something quick. Yeah, it's just in the end there, because when you said picture someone, you last night, I actually brought up my ex-wife, because that's where a lot of my resentment, everything comes from. It was funny because when I finished, I was just embedded with bloody goosebumps, because I was actually talking to her and telling her how much I still love you, still care for you, still appreciate you for everything you've done. That's what I was saying to her. And it just, because I could feel myself going just like this the whole time, and then as soon as I did that, I just felt this little lift on me. So it was really, that really hit me. Really hit me.
So let's look at the mechanics there, right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, we often have a life experience, all of us do, and someone or something happens, and we think, oh, that person, that event is the source of the hostility and frustration in me. But really, it's the frustration and the hostility in us which needs to be forgiven. Do you see what I mean? So even though in your mind there's a representation of her being attached to that negativity, it's the negativity in you which needs to be owned and surrendered. See what I'm getting at? Because as you release that, you will no longer see her that way. Do you understand?
Yeah.
This gives you the real power, because then it's no longer caused via her, it's via our own perception. You see what I'm getting at? It's the vibration within us. So that's important to be aware of. especially because you guys are going to be teachers. You want to be very clear and direct in a way. You know, when people, we're all here together to learn and to evolve. So I can be quite direct.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you're talking to someone in the street, it's very difficult to say to them, your ex-wife isn't the cause of your negative emotions.
Correct.
And they'll be like,
Yes.
fuck you, bro! It's her fault!
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But because we're all open and we understand, we can take ownership of our own emotions, right? And that's our own projection onto experience, which has brought that up. So I just wanted to be clear on that. And it's good that you were having that sense of dissolving, but the truth of the matter is that it's the resentment in our own hearts.
Yeah.
It's not our ex-wife. It's not our ex-wives. I've got an ex-wife too, bro.
No, you're 100% right.
You know what I mean? And that's great. Yeah, so that's an awesome experience. I just wanted you to be conscious of that part. That it was, as you see her there and you send the love to her, you're dissolving the resentment in yourself. Do you know what I mean? Which liberates us. And the thing is that, you know, people think, oh, you know, you're doing it for their benefit, but mostly we're doing it for our own benefit. But secondly, it actually benefits them too, because you're then projecting and connecting to them in a loving way, which does what? It brings you into the higher fields of consciousness, because you're no longer living in separation. You're not creating an illusion of separateness. Oh, that person is a bitch separate from me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I'm connected to that person with a sense of lovingness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, it felt weird because I have never done that. Like actually, kind of think it, and even talk, you know, say I still love you because I don't know, it's been so hard. You know.
I mean, I get it.
But that moment, it just made me feel really good. Just really good. It just lifted me up a bit.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's those subtle resentments and hostilities that we hold within ourselves that create the blockages to God, to our nature. Do you know what I mean? It's the devil's in between, you know what I mean? In between the light, right? Which is literally what Christ would call them, demons.
Yeah, demons.
Human demons.
Human demons, yeah.
Demons that we have energized.
Correct.
And the demon's job is to make us feel separate from life. To make us feel like I am not a part of this person. Even my teachers in Cyprus, even like when we talk about unconditional love and forgiveness, they'd be like, yes, John, we have to love everyone. Even those bastards.
Oh my God, even those bastards.
Even those bastards. Yeah, so yeah, good. Any other observations, gentlemen?
Mine was my uncle. We were talking about family connections before. So my uncle and my father, there's been a wedge between them for 55, 60 years, where my uncle hates my father. And there's always three sides to a coin, right? So, but that has, I think, separated, it's segregated and separated the families, and definitely caused them not to be so close. And for me, that's a part of where then my projections come in when I see my two boys, when they fight, and I see behaviours that trigger the behaviours in me to then go, no, I don't, because I see that's what, because it was all over a fucking fish and chips and a beer, apparently. Right?
Wash your chops, bro.
Right?
It's important, eh?
It is.
So it's like, and so then those talking about projections before, right? Because then my projections of that fear onto my family, which is not what's happening. So then there's a piece there. So mine was to my uncle, and then to my father, to then, I don't know, just send them the love and then heal whatever that is vibrating in me, so that then when I'm with my family, that history's not repeating.
Perfect. Yeah. I mean, that kind of went right to the essence of it. You said it there, you said heal that vibration in me. Because that's it. Because we as the leaders of our families, we are the male yang energy of our families, meaning how we are leads the family. And if we carry the sins of the father with us, then we perpetuate that down our chain.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that, full stop. Right? So that's why we must dissolve all the blockages within so we don't pass it to our kids. Because we have all taken the sins of our fathers because we learn from them. The vibration is passed to us. You know, and I see that in my own experience where, you know, my father was a certain way, and then that attracted certain things in my life because I learned from him. You know, so there was like a, long story short, like a betrayal energy with my father that passed through to me that manifested in my life experience until I was able to surrender all of that betrayal and guilt and anger, was I able to go and transcend beyond that and have a better relational experience, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's interesting you say that with like sins of the father, because it was the three men in the family. So their dad and the two brothers.
Yeah, passed down, right?
That but instigated it. Like that cycle is what then caused that rift. And then instigated it. Even so much as like I had a cousin. I've got a cousin, and you know, in teenage years, we knew each other and talked. And when we came down, we visited, that sort of stuff. Completely kind of.
So then let's just go a little bit deeper with that. You know, you saw the three men, and that caused that rift. Let's go further back. Another generation, right? So we don't know how far back it goes. What I'm getting at is that it's not the relationship that caused the rift, it was their alignment with that field. You know, so if you take it out of the relational circumstance and bring it into the field, whether it was an anger or a grief or a fear or whatever combination it might be, they were expressing that field within that area of their life. So what it comes down to for us is to release our connection to the field. Because it's not, you see what I mean? It's the vibration of consciousness. Another way it was described was interesting. You see what I'm getting at? So it's not their relationship that caused it. It was an alignment with the field, an alignment with demonic realms.
Yeah. And I have I'm of course judging when I think of what it could be, but it comes from a place. I think it came from a place of scarcity. That's why I find when I focus on abundance, I get a very expansive, very kind of just, it feels good.
Feels good, yeah.
It's like it's just like it's a basic rule that no matter where, because sometimes you go peace, right? Doesn't necessarily align, but that one is just boom straight in there.
And further to that whole point of what you're talking about, this links to the whole linear, non-linear concept we talked about earlier. Because if we think when meeting you with, like, think of it this way, the three men had this disagreement which caused this experience, right? So see, that's cause and effect. Yeah, as opposed to the non-linear is what is the underlying vibration in the field of consciousness which is being expressed through these people. See the non-linear approach. Yeah. You see what I'm getting at, Jason? So if you can look at it from a non-linear perspective and go, we are expressing the fields of consciousness.
Yes.
And what we want to do via intention is align with the higher fields of peace, joy, love, Christ consciousness, joy, God, absolute beingness and faith, so on and so forth, and let go of the lower fields. This becomes a non-linear game. Correct. You understand? It's not a game of, I want to make sure that I don't do this so that doesn't happen, which is a force, cause and effect approach, to I wish to align with my highest potential and manifest that naturally, which becomes a non-linear approach. See the difference? Yeah. So that's the game. If once again come back to what we started out with. Alignment, intention, surrender, and letting go. So it's good to analyze these things and be aware, Jake. So you go, I can see that expression, but it wasn't them that caused that. Right? Why do we know that? Because no individual human caused creation. You know what I mean? What I mean is, if you want to take cause and effect as the rule of life, then you have to say every event is caused and affected by the whole history of human and universal experience. Because for us to sit here, it requires the whole of existence to have happened before it.
Correct.
Your parents and my parents and his parents all had to bang at the right moment to make a babies that were us, and then and think about all of the factors that came together for us to be here, right? So if you're looking at cause and effect, it has to come from everything. So then you can say, if cause and effect is only a level of truth, then it's the non-linear domain, meaning spontaneous emergence of potential. Whereas I thought, you see what I'm getting at?
Yeah. Cool. Sheesh.
Yeah. So it becomes alignment and surrender. So even though we can get to the details, we can look at the nitty-gritty. We can say, how does energy work on a mental, emotional, on a spiritual, on a consciousness, on an energetic level? How does my body work? You can understand and define and categorize and master 100%, and that's what we're here to do, to seek the truth, know the truth, and the truth will set us free.
Yeah.
But there's also simplicity, intention, and alignment. You know, very simple truths. Like, you know, and Christ just said, love one another.
Yeah.
Which holds both. Because when you love each other, you're in alignment. And you let go at the same time. That's right. If I'm truly loving Noah, I'm not resisting or hating him. So I'm letting go. Yes. So love is like the ultimate alignment and letting go piece in one go. So the Christ gave us the essence of everything, just love.
So simple though.
Yes, exactly. And yes, you can understand and master. You know, like he even had his inner and outer circles. You know, he had his disciples and apostles. Then he had the teachers outside of that. And he had the general public, which he taught in parables because they wouldn't get it anyway.
True. Yeah.
And I think the good thing, like, another benefit is just the power of a cuppa, right? To be able to sit down with a group and be able to talk to it and have, as you say before, someone to call it out or call you out or call like
a brotherhood.
A brotherhood, yeah.
Yeah, we can talk openly about things that matter. 100%. You know, because you guys are teachers as well, since you're on that topic, we always bless the tea. Do you know about that? Oh, I haven't told you. So, whenever you make tea as a one towel teacher, as a Templar, you put the water in, you put the tea in, but as you make the tea, you send the golden light or the rosy light or the sky blue or white light from your centers into it, and you're blessing it. I usually just say in Our Father while I pass love. Basically, I bless the tea, and then as you pass it to them, it's like you're saying, "I love you." Yes, you bless the tea. So the reason you said that, people always say, "Man, the tea here is so awesome, bro! Like, it's the best tea," and it's like healthy, highest quality. But it's obviously not the So for example, now it's the light's coming through my centers, through my hands into the tea, and then you're blessing the tea as you serve it. So this is something that we'll go further into as we go into the teacher training. You'll get it in the modules and stuff we're teaching you how to do it. And it's actually not that complicated.
It's like the drink bottle I bought last time from the MBS. Yeah. So it's a copper bottle, and so I'm getting the water out, pouring it in, and then thank you. Wife's like, he's thanking the urn, because it looks like an urn actually. The way it's but the water tastes like, you sit there, you thank it, put the lid back on, thank you into the intention into the water, changes the structure of it, which is scientifically proven. Put it on a piece of wood to let it then charge and do what copper does, and then you come back and have a drink of it, and it's
beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah. On the same regard, when people bow in, and this is what we usually teach them when they come and start up, is that when they bow in, they think of respect and friendship is the physical, so respect, friendship, right? But you bring into your center your spiritual intention. So whenever you bow in, you're entering the temple, or when you're bowing with your training partners, you're bringing your spiritual intent, peace, love, joy, whatever it might be, so that you're wiring that into yourself, into your vibration. It's like a blessing of the connection with the person you're with too. So I mean, look, we don't. I mean, yes, you do tell people that, but I mean, it's more important for the teachers. The teachers have to know this, because this is how you bless the temple daily. Correct. When you light the incense each morning, you bless it. So you light it, and then I use the Our Father and 3 signs of the cross, north, south, east, west, as a way to do it. There's different methods, but I'll be showing you guys all.
That's cool. That's so cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I'll show you guys all the methods as well. Yeah. So you'll be learning that over time, so that as you grow your temple, whether that's in the park or the garage or a hall or whatever.
Yeah.
You start slowly, you know.
Mm.
Yeah. How about you, buddy? You got any hobbies?
Yeah. First of all, like lately when I've had meditations, they're just like, even if they're, how long was that? First of all,
Don't know.
it was longer, and it's like start the meditation, and it's like a blank space, which just collapses, and it's like nothing's there. Like I kind of forget that time was there. Like there was.
Actually entering into the non-linear.
Okay. Yeah. I was just gonna say because I can do that a lot.
That's why I call him Seabuck.
Yeah, so like the meditation starts, there's a few words, and then like there's that amount of time which just is blank. It's like no time existed there. And yeah, it kind of feels like I'm sleeping, but it also kind of feels like I'm awake. It kind of feels like I'm dreaming. It's like, yeah, and that just it just refreshes you a lot when that happens. That's the first thing. Second thing, I felt like when you said the rose white sun, that's like the one thing I remember expanding from your chest. I saw that expanding to the whole world. I was just bringing my intention to every single place, every single person, and just like unconditional love everyone. Loving everyone, even those bastards.
Even those bastards.
I like that. That's cool, man.
Yeah, that's the game. I mean, and you can even just look at that from a very simply selfish perspective. Like, if you only have love in yourself for everything, how good's your own experience? Do you know what I mean? Like, you can just look at it from that standpoint. However, it does help others. You become a light unto others because you are bright. Understand? In the mental, emotional, and spirit dimension, which we are more of, by the way. So people will notice that around you. And the thing is that all you guys naturally have that. You'll notice that people do get a good feeling quality around you, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, the more you practice, the more you align with spirit, the greater that becomes.
Like, your vibe tastes gingerish.
Well, it is lemon and ginger tea.
Oh, this guy. Oh, crack up. Love it.
Awesome. So yeah, good way to start the week with the boys.
Yeah.
We've got a very exciting future ahead with like the beginning of the online teacher program, and the first cohort, so us and a few others. We've got a few other people that have put their hand up. I'm still going to go through a bit of an interview process because a lot of them are like new, like they've come in and they've done like on the first day, say, I really want to teach, but I don't really know them yet. Like, we spoke a few times with you, so I got to know you already.
Yep.
But there's quite a few cats, so it looks like the first cohort might fill up.
Oh.
Yeah, which is good. And then we all keep evolving, developing, and then we just, as God sees fit, we just keep moving forward.
Yes.
Yeah, fun times. Fun
We do
time.
not make the path, the river flows.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we all look. Obviously, it's the thing is that it's pretty simple. We all are doing kung fu and this because we all want to do it all the time. It's fun, right? And we'd love to live off it. And we all want great relationships. We all want prosperity and abundance.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We want great, have fun and adventure. Like, it's not hard to figure out what people want, especially in this, environment where we all have a common love for something. Kung fu, meditation, and spirituality, right? So we just allow the field to unfold for us. Like, not apply force to it.
Yeah.
Don't try to force it.
Yeah,
I want it to be $1 billion enterprise. There's no.
Nothing happens.
Just take it easy. In its own time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And it will support all of us. We're gonna let it unfold.
No, I like that. I used to be pretty hardcore when I was younger. I didn't care. I was just always rushing into everything and wanted to get this and wanted to do this, wanted to be a millionaire. That all changed 20 years later after I had kids and that.
That's it. new data, new decisions. You
Yeah,
learn more.
that's right.
Yeah. All right, good. Any other final discussion points before we finish up for this session?
What about you, Seafood? Any observations?
Besides that
Yeah,
interruption.
that's the first thing that came to mind. Like, she was like, Josh! She called out Josh, and I knew she was coming up to me and was like, John! And then I just noticed like a frustration come up, and I released it like pretty much instantly. It was cool. And I came back, and you guys were all in the zone. I was like, oh, sweet. Now you guys are just holding the zone.
Awesome.
It feels good. I've done those meditations a lot. And it feels like the essence of what we're doing is just essentially aligning with our spirit self, the spirit soul self, which is a loving frequency. In summary, a oneness.
Oneness.
Yeah.
Did and when you're in Cyprus, did they mention like any difference between spirit and soul?
They call it the spirit soul self. So there is a subtle difference, but I have to look into it more. I just classify them as the same direction for me, but I think there is a subtle difference because there are more layers. So you could say spirit, mind, body as a very simple summary. You go spirit, mind, body, but then you could also say spirit, mind, emotion, energy, body, and then you also say soul, spirit, mind, emotion, energy, body. So there's like it's like finer gradations of that which you are. And it doesn't, but once again, I do like the simplicity of beloved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It allows it to be accessed very easily.
You can cut one into an infinite number of slices.
Yeah, and the problem is that the more complex it gets, the more difficult it can be for digestion.
And separation.
Especially, that's right, but especially in this current era where attention spans seem to be decreasing. You know what I mean? So I've realized in teaching it's better to make things very simple.
Is it
True.
Isn't that what Buddha said, or the everything is found in a grain of sand, or something like that?
Yeah, I've heard that saying about that. Yeah. What else? That just feels good. I'm very. Look, I'm generally pretty happy either way. Like happy if it's going my way. Happy if it's not. Like I've trained myself just to be with things as they are. So. But I am happy that you guys are here. I'm happy that we get to enjoy this experience. That meditation that's a really good one. I've done that one, I'd say at least 10,000 times. At least, yeah. It's because I had.
There's that many bastards.
Yeah. Pretty much. And the funny thing, because I've done that so long, what happens is like I get all these flashes to like. Things I'd totally forgotten. Like this guy that I slapped across the face in the stairwell back when I was, 14. Like, little things that you just totally forgot about because you're trying to rid yourself or release. So that's a really good meditation. I learned that from Dustos, that one.
I find it really interesting of how, in those moments, like it's like you're the same. You always get your best ideas when you're in the shower. Just like you're sitting there, you're not focused, you're not forcing anything, and then it pops up, and then you go, oh, that's an idea or an opportunity. Oh, that's something to let go of. Oh, it's presenting to you. To either learn or let go, or both.
Very good. All right, let's reconvene. You guys are going to do some training as well and lunch. I've just got some work to do, then I'll just appear when I appear. But we definitely have 2:30 teachers.
2:30.
That's
12 o'clock now.
Yeah, so next time I might reappear before then. I've just got a heap of stuff I've got to get bashed out.
What are you doing now?
I've got schoolwork to do. I think I'll train with you guys for a little bit, then I'll go back to schoolwork.
And basically from 2:30 we've got classes all the way through till 9, so you've got 6.5 hours of training straight there. So not bad.
Not bad.
Love it.
What are we going to do, Papa?
Well, it depends if Seabuck's going
It's seeking.
Oh,
You're seeking.
if Seabuck's going to do his schoolwork or not.
I'll do that in half an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you want to do it first and then come join?
It's like I have.
Not your mum, but
I've got it.
Drew. I keep the cup here, so I know where it is.
No, actually, do you want to, it might be easier if you, do you reckon we should just upload that as it is, or do you reckon I need to cut out that bit to show you distracted us?